Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today is a very special episode. Today we have on the show Masadur Khan. He is the founder and CEO of Khan Properties Group, and he's also an announced author in one of our upcoming business leaders books. I'm really excited to publish his work and also to bring his conversation today to our audience about what he's going to write about and also to learn more about Khan Properties Group. So first off, Masadur, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Adam, and good morning or good afternoon, whatever, good night, everyone, audience. And thank you,
Awesome.
Adam, for giving me the opportunity to come here and talk about the questions that you have. I really appreciate it.
No, excited to work. You've been wanting to work with you for a long time. So let's just dive right in here. We'll start this episode the way that we start them all with our Mission Matters Minute. So Masadur, we at Mission Matters, we amplify stories for entrepreneurs, executives, and experts. That's our mission. Masadur, what mission matters to you?
So yeah, my it's kind of overall mission that is part of my life also, because work is kind of everybody's should be a very part of life because we spend so much time work. So my mission, I would say, I like to be a position where I can be always blissful and pleasant condition, regardless what happens to me. And, a lot of things can happen that is outside of my, control. So I kind of trying to find a place that where I can be always blissful and joyful. And that is my goal for my life right now. And also for my company, that people are working around me, are all my people that I'm around. So just to make sure that, whatever happens, I'm happy and I'm blissful and I enjoy what I'm doing. Yes,
that's great. I feel like perspective, understanding your mission and purpose, big values, and the fact that you're thinking about that also for your, employees and the people that are part of your group. It's awesome. Let's switch it up a bit here. I want to talk a little bit about this upcoming book. We won't spoiler alert, and we're not going to tell everybody everything about your writing and what you'll be bringing to the table. But I do want to give people a little bit of just a flavor, a hint of what's going to take place. But don't worry, for the audience, we will be bringing Masadur back on the line and back on the show after the book is launched, and we will do a deep dive into that. But Masadur, just to get us kicked off there, what are some of the things that you hope the readers will gain from your writing?
Yeah, so this is there was the purpose, just tell a little story how I started, and I thank you for your company for your patience and your employees' dedication to find me. It's been 2 years that she was trying to talk with me.
I told you I've been trying to get you on the show and in one of our books. So I've been following your career. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I told you. One day I will have something to. So that's why I say I don't feel that is something that I'm special, that I can write something or I can tell the story will be helpful to all the people that I tell about myself. And maybe it's going to be benefit to the other people if they're in my book. So in my upcoming chapter, what exactly I try to focus, what exactly the things that I felt over the life with my experience over the last 50 years of my life. Of course, I was a kid until 14, but I always blissful and comfortable and playful. But after that, a lot of stuff comes. You identify with many things, right? Your religious, your culture, your education, a lot of stuff that comes to your place. That, and with my experience, I felt that there are something is very achievable and something I think is very important, that how you can be loving to others and how it can be loved by others, and the resource is unlimited because there is no bindings how much you can love people and you can care people. So I think I found that is a naturally me, but I found that this is the things that actually working really well. And I think this is one of the reasons that I'm not sure that I want to be telling me that I'm successful, because I do not trust. I don't believe the definition of successful, what I did, can be wide variety of things, but what I'm looking for and what I want to be and what I become. And you can bring this to your life, giving the love and affection and the care to the people that you are around. And that's probably one of the things that I want to tell people. You need to, these things is very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things that I like about your writing and just your ideas is that you really do bring a lot of the human side of being an entrepreneur and and life really to the matter. So it's not, obviously we need to make money, right? We need to make payroll. We want to provide value in the marketplace. But when we think about how we're doing that, and when we reimagine what our relationship to the marketplace and to our connection to the people that we work with day in and day out, I mean, that's all important stuff. One of the things that you mentioned, it was a little bit about your background. I want to go further into that. So maybe how did you get started as an entrepreneur and really in, real estate and hospitality? How did you get started?
Yeah, thanks for the answer. I guess this question is very familiar to me because I came to this country as I just want to tell a little background just to make sure it's a country of opportunity. And I want to tell the young people that I do care most because they're the future, and they're the most smart people in the world right now because they're the new generations.
Yeah.
And they have the talent. We are always moving ahead, and we need them, and we need to nourish them. So what is your question? Sorry.
So tell us just a little bit more about your background. How did you get started as an entrepreneur?
So I think I was entrepreneur somehow, and I think I get something seeing my dad, even though when he was in Bangladesh, he was working for government, but he has something to do more than that. He was not sad what he was doing. He was not happy he thought he can do more than that. But I think with the time, the society, and all the things that he had, I think he has done enough to show that, something you can do more than that to make something you like or something bring better for your family and yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I was kind of, when I was in Bangladesh, I started my kind of idea when I was 14 years old. And I'm not going to go to the story long because one day we can discuss about it. But I was completely failed on this venture idea, zero. My income was zero from this idea. But it did not stop me. But, of course, when I came to the country, I was doing a lot of business studies, and I had some small business in Bangladesh when I was in the school. And I started one of the company with my best friend, a tutorial center, which is very familiar, and then a lot of stuff during my college. So I was college was my secondary thing, because you're going to go to college. And I, of course, learned a lot of stuff. But when I came to the America, of course, I have to go through a lot of stuff. Like, you have to be, I came for a student, then you have to finish school. There's a law and rules for the, country, what you can do, what you cannot do as a visa. Then I became an immigrant. And as soon as I became an immigrant, and good thing is, like, after a few years, I started, investing some of the money because I have the right to invest some money. And then I like to thank you, my dear wife, Taslima, who actually got the opportunity to move to Oregon. And at that time, I was looking for something that I can do full time rather than just investing some money in the business. And that triggered me, and that gave me a lot of opportunity to take the risk and leaving my job and starting a full-time business, which I always was dreaming how I can do something that I like to do, and then I thought, like, if I try to find something that I like to do, I have to take that like ownership of what I want to do, right? Because if I look for a job, you cannot find a job that actually made for you at 100%. Yeah, that's what my culture in my job right now, finding out the talent, who has the strength, and I tell them to make your job description, scope of the work. Not that I like to say what you are good at it. Tell me what you get it. So that's where I kind of started, like, okay, if I like to do something that I will be always helpful, and I don't want to feel that I'm working, so I have to do something own and 100%. And my wife allowed me to do that after a long discussion, 6 months, and then it's almost like 14 years. And right now we are both working together under the Khan Properties. So it's just kind of always looking for something what you can do, and there's always a possibility. That's I always believed. And when coming to America is very out of the box to think about like you getting a job in subsidiary of Toyota, work for GM, you should be all set, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, I got a job, and then my wife got a job in Intel, two incomes. So that's kind of the norm, right? When a lot of people come from Bangladesh who are really talented people and giving a lot of contribution to this country, which is really great. But what I thought that, you know, there's something more that I can do. And this is, I tried, and by the grace of Allah and everybody's support and affectionate love, I'm here today, which I have a lot to do.
Yeah. Great. And it's an inspiring story. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on here, was to really talk about that, because there's just so much opportunity. There's different ways to kind of think about approaching, you know, what's going to be a good life for you, right? Like whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to, you know, work corporate America, whether you want to be an intrapreneur and innovate within another company that you work for. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do that add value. One of the things I want to take you back to, though, is a moment in time, if I may. And that is when you first decided, or maybe when you finally took that leap, or, you know, whatever we want to call it, to exit, you know, your corporate life and to go full time into, as, you know, an entrepreneur. Now that can be a scary thing. I don't care how good the numbers are. I don't care how good things are planned. I don't care. Like, it's always a scary thing. Like what were you thinking then? Like tell us a little bit into your insight there, because, and the reason why I asked this question, by the way, Masadur, is because I know over the last couple of years, you know, some people maybe we're recording this in 2022 for context for everybody listening. So in the future, so, you know, the pandemic, all the other things, there's people displaced. They're looking for their way. They're looking for different things to do. They're wondering and reevaluating what they want the future of their life to be. And many people are grappling with, should they go down the road of entrepreneurship? Should they start something themselves? So that's why I asked you that question. If I could take you back to when you first decided, or maybe when you made that leap, like what was that like for you?
Yeah, so a great question, because we don't want to go outside of the box, right?
Yeah.
So that's the 95 people want to keep themselves in the comfort zone, and that's is our brain always want to keep you safe. This is our brain, right? The brain doesn't want to go to take the risk and feeling something anxious. Your brain always want to be safe. So it just means you are in the comfort zone. So as I just mentioned that, you know, a little story, you know, when I started my entrepreneurship, you know, when I was 17 years old, I was kind of good student, you know. My dad always kind of dreamed for me to be the best student in the country. And I had a hope. My dad had a hope, but when I started like my business and going to the best school in Bangladesh, engineering school, he was saying that, you know, I'm missing the opportunity because I'm doing the two things which end up with doing nothing, you know. So he was very scared, and he was always like, not the bad way. He was always giving me the advice whether you should think about it, like which one you give the priority. Your student is your priority, but you are doing other stuff, which I kind of like it, but it's not the time. You can wait, finish it. And I was kind of confused, and I was not sure like I'm doing right or wrong.
Right.
But question is like when I started, that time I took the risk because that is what I wanted to do. And I told myself that in the school, I want to be this. And I set my goal, and I was able to manage all my goals. I did not set my goal too high in the school, because I know that I have to, you know, dedicate some time for my business, which I like, which I enjoy when I go to school. No, you know. So my dad has an expectation, right? So I kind of, you know, tried to talk with him, and I set an expectation. I said, I'm going to give you this thing, this results, GPA. This is a GPA, and if you're happy, are you okay? And then we set it up. So that's what my hurdle at the beginning of the fear of my, you know, the family is not happy, or they're scared, not the happy, or they're just worried and anxious.
Yeah, of course.
But when I came to America, of course, I had that confidence that I was successful in the country where there's a business is not that friendly environment, right?
Yeah.
Governmental banking process, and especially when I'm 17 years old, nobody trusts you at that time.
Yeah, you're a kid. I'm thinking about
30 years ago, right? Not the now. Now 30 years become millionaire, right?
Right.
There's example for it. Before, like, what the hell? And what are you talking about, right?
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm picturing like little Mathur, right?
And
little guy.
in Bangladesh, where the entrepreneurship is
of all places,
like invited. So I did. I can tell you the story later. How much time and effort I gave to go to the government, to government officials, and how I worked with them. And I was successful in one point to achieve my goal. But when I came to USA, then of course, I had the entrepreneurship mind, and I was looking for something like, the opportunities. And always in terms of my business, my family, my things, my life, not the bad way. What are the, positive opportunities that I can create?
Yeah.
Look for something the better every day. So when my wife actually left, I had some part-time business with, other ventures, but I had the confidence that I would not fail because I know what I'm doing, because I have the vision. And I felt it that this is the right things for me to do. So I was not fear of failing. I was very excited about it, but of course you never know until it happens. So that's that risk, and I try to mitigate my risk, getting all the insurance, getting out everything put together, rather than be greedy and getting like all the money at the bottom line. I try to mitigate my risk and say, okay, there is a lot of risk in the business. What are the risks? And how I can mitigate the risk is spending some of the small amount of money, adding extra insurance, all that stuff. So I was always see that, okay, why should I take a risk? And worried about it when I should enjoy my, the work, and I should not worry about the risk. If it's cost some money, it's cost some money, because business is some money. So I was not feared because I had the confidence. But that's why I say that for the young people, you find, if you something you believe in it and you put your heart and soul, you will be successful. You may take and the success means that you're gonna earn like $1 million within a year, right? Success is like what exactly you're looking for, how you wanna see yourself, and how you're gonna move forward step by step. So we just less patient. We started within a month and two, we decided it's not going to work for us, right? It's not that easy. So you have to believe in it, and you have to keep working and dragging on it, and make sure that, of course, you have to be smart once you find that you don't believe in it anymore, because with the data, you have more analysis you come. Until you believe, you stick with it, with your heart and soul. And then we don't need to be too much fear, because end of the day, you want to become what you want to be, and you want to be yourself. And explore yourself. So exploring yourself, what you like to do, you shouldn't be the fear. But study more. There's a lot of resources, a lot of conventions, there are a lot of places. If you think something, read, go to college, study, read books, a lot of stuff you can bring your confidence level that you shouldn't be fear to move forward, because you have not too much chance. Life is very short. I can tell you right now. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, one of the things you talk about, right, like, is kind of exploring and to give yourself some space. I mean, the thing is I feel like, especially, whatever stage of entrepreneurship you're in, and this doesn't have to do with age. I mean, I feel like some, corporate executives that have been, in business world for many years, they go off they become an entrepreneur, or they launch their business, and maybe sometimes they think they're going to be successful overnight. And definitely some of our younger audience, they think the same thing. Like, they're gonna, I have this idea, they're passionate about it, they want to do all these things, and maybe the market doesn't accept it or move quickly and reward you with cash. Like, it takes time to build something
and
that
also,
is
I'm
lasting.
Sorry, the success, like one of the young people or anybody, like, in terms of the age, there's no reason, because I'm an example, because I started I am actually founder for like 3 company, which four company, me and my friend founded beginning the publications and the tutorial in Bangladesh. Then, I founded one of the company in Bangladesh, which running a business, hotel business, just to, I want to be attached to our country and do something that that I born. And whatever I want to do, small stuff, if I achieve and it makes me the pleasure, that's a success. And one of the things, like, you do a lot of work, right? You end of the day, maybe you're not making a lot of money, but you did not lose anything, because the knowledge, the experience, the failure that you learn from there, it should be your success. Because any like when you are not success or you are not reaching the goal is a problem. You can take the problem as the opportunity for next, huge potential opportunity for the next, because you learn why I'm not success here. What are the things that we are missing? So if you keep going this way and positivity, and if you always, you should not get frustrated, and as long as you are alive. That's I always feel myself, because as long as I'm alive, this is the most blessing that I can have. And then there's a lot of opportunity that I can create myself and move forward. So
it's great.
Yeah.
I want to switch focus and spend some time on this while I have you on the show. Let's get into Khan Properties Group. So tell us a little bit more about your business and profession.
Yeah, Khan Properties Group is like, just to get a little background that, when I started my own company with some of my friends and from my relatives at 2008. So it's called Seaside Lodging LLC.
2008. I mean, what a year to start a business. I'll start there. Like, wow. Go ahead.
That's opportunity, right?
Yeah, because opportunity.
So that time every real estate is collapsing, so I was found to get that's why my wife moved here. So I thought, like, something I can start it. This is the time for opportunity. And then, of course, real estate is very cheap price. And I found something that I really believed in this property, that there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of less risk, because it's by the ocean. The ocean is not going anywhere, right? So business will be there somehow. So Khan Property, like a seaside lodging. So anyway, so make the long story short, so the last 12 years, I worked really hard on this. Hard means not the hard, with pleasure and fun, and build like 2 brand new hotel. One was awarded as the Hotel of the Year. And then recently, 2 years ago, I built one of the hotel during the pandemic. And I was only 2 weeks late with only 4% construction cost up. It was very successful.
Wow.
And made first year's profitable, business, and 65 boutique high-end independent hotel. It was also awarded as one of the 13 amazing hotel in USA. And it's located in the seaside where there's only one street, comparing to the New York, Phoenix, Arizona, big cities, with the Travel and Leisure magazine, which is the best magazine in the travel hospitality industry. So it's an international magazine. So that's the 2 success here. So when pandemic hit, and I kind of working from home, the hotels are closed, working for the new hotel, which is called Salt Line Hotel. And every night, I'm kind of walking, because trying to find out what is going on, right? Nobody knows.
Of course.
Nobody would accept. It was like a situation that we never expected. So I start over. I said, okay, what is this now? What our future looks like? And then slowly kind of start thinking about it, and then said, okay, that we need to change the design of the hospitality industry or real estate, because work from home, flexibility, learning the technology, all the things going to bring in a play that our travel industry, hospitality industry, real estate industry, everything will be changed a little bit. So I tried to find out what will be the change, the design. Like, for example, people spend most of the time at home. This is my kind of second home that, that I kind of come a couple of times a week. And I made an office, like, just for, for make sure that, I can meet my people, employees here. So, and I have a home at creating a 20% of the office space, because 20% people will not go back to the work. So we will, and then, change, because your home now has to be nicer, because you always see that, right?
Yeah.
You're always at the home. So I thought, like, something we need to bring the design, which can be like, fit for the need for after the pandemic, which is work from home, flexibility, apartment model, getting some resort that will be limited, certainly that people have some of their own privacy, not the big gatherings. Maybe I'm kind of trying to get a concept myself, how I can create a hospitality industry with the nature, and something that we're so busy with a lot of stuff, how we can be not. And if you tell me that to be 100% off from the technology and to be 100% mindful, It's very difficult nowadays, but how I can be ease and how can it comfort, whether I'm in vacation and I'm at work, whenever I'm traveling, when I'm at the hotel, I'm at the home. So how technology can connect with everything. So bringing this kind of hospitality industry where you can be ease, whether you're on vacation or you are at work or you are at home with your family, because we don't need to go to the vacation to be ease ourselves. Or comfort or blissful or happy, or for we can be happy all the time. That kind of environment we are trying to create with the accommodation and the lodging. That's the kind of concept right now. So we are working and designing day and night. We have 5 designer working, architect, 3 or 4 architect. We just hired like 15 to 12 employees, and this is startup. We have a big vision, and we are moving forward. We are seeing not the light end of the tunnel. Unfortunately, our property was on the beach, so we had done really well, and we tried to adjust with the need of the customer during the pandemic. And then after that, Khan Property just invented, or we launched the Khan Property like 2 years ago. So far, we have 15 employees with almost more than $100 million projects going on right now.
Yeah. So, and thank you for sharing that. And so looking at, and I'm just so curious and interested to hear like your vision for what this looks like going forward, because you have a unique vantage point. I mean, you've been in hospitality, hotel industry for a long time. And obviously, let's just say we're through the pandemic, we're at the tail end of it, and, things are back to normal. People are doing whatever the new norm is going to be like. What do you see the vision of this looking like?
I always look for, when I do some sort of ideas, the idea comes from the need, right? So Khan Property is not generated that I like to do a hotel or a company by my last name. It's invented due to the need of during the pandemic, where I figured out that something maybe will be shifted. And first of all, I'd like to thank, one of my, the name was, I was not sure that I'm going to do the Khan, my last name. I feel greedy. But one of my, friend's wife, she actually really helped me to tell that, no, it's a beautiful name and you should take it. And then I took it. Anyway, so I see that we are heading to the right direction where we can meet the community need. So my goal is for the business is that whatever I like to do, it's not for me. It's for me, for my employees, for my community and the people that I serve and the people. So that if I can fill up the need, that's no brainer, right? You will be successful. The question is, you're going to find out what are the need and what are the things that people are looking for and what are the things that are missing. That's always I do, because one of the property that I actually renovated fully, taking a rundown hotel, actually, it became one of the Innovator of the Year award, which I competed the Best Western CU and the Wyndham CU, and I was one of the the finalists. But of course, I didn't expect to win. But yeah, I think Wyndham CU won, but I was one of the 3 of my ideas. So Khan Property, same thing. Like the Riverina Hotel was Hotel of the Year. It's a small town, small hotel, 48 rooms. Why? Because I created some environment that like 6-7 years ago, the lifestyle. I saw that people need a lifestyle. They need something to enjoy, not the hotel to be place for stay. So that concept brought, like, in a smaller town, a Hotel of the Year from the whole America. And then when I did the Solline Hotel under the Caesar Lodging, that was very successful because it's a high-end, limited service boutique hotel, which was a very need for the city and was missing. We could not brought that clientele. Right now, we can brought the higher-end clientele, which not only benefit for the city, for our hotel, is benefit for the city because they're getting more tourist traveler where they can spend more money. So right now, we are looking for some sort of design which will be catering for the need after the pandemic, where the people lifestyle has changed. Right, my lifestyle has changed completely. So how I be comfortable. How I need to do these things, what will make me comfortable when I'm at home or on vacation or something related to the real estate, the life. So I am looking with my team. I have a strong team. They're working day and night. And I think within a couple of years, we can bring the need of the market that actually really will be kind of, streamlined with the need of after the pandemic.
Awesome.
And we are very, very, very hopeful, and we all we need to make sure that we have the blessing from you guys and from the people that we like to serve and support the community and everybody's, make sure we're healthy enough to work not harder, the goal that we are looking for.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great story. I love this story, the story of entrepreneurship, of really, going deep in your niche and hotels and hospitality, of continuing to innovate. And it doesn't surprise me that you are runner up in an innovator award. So not surprised to hear that at all. And so I'm really excited to get your book published. So I'm excited to get and bring your writing to our audience and to our readers. And also we'll of course be bringing you back on the show so that we can do a deep dive once the book does go live. But that being said, for today, Masador, it's been awesome having you on the show. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I hope my audience did as well. If somebody wants to continue to follow your journey, learn about Kahn Properties Group, or connect with you and your team in general, what's the best way for people to do that?
Yeah, that's my goal of my life. So anything that I do and anything I have the knowledge, if I can spread to the people, and that's what I'm doing. One of my hobby, other than traveling and gardening, is mentoring people. I've been mentored like 5 or 6 people. Yeah, they're really happy. They're successful. So in terms of the audience right now, they're listening or watching. We are launching our website very soon. You can Google me and email me anytime. I will be available, and I'm happy to help anyone and support. And if there's anything, questions, you can email me, or I have different social pages. You can find me and send the messages. So we are ready to listen to your feedback and any suggestions, or also anything you want to discuss or ask me. I'm ready for here. That's one of the mission that I like to do, and I'm trying to do as my level right now. But if we need to explore more, I'm ready for that, and I will be very happy to find out a way to do more people, support more people, and
awesome.
And knowledge to the more people.
That's great. And to the audience, we'll put all the information. So, for Masador, maybe LinkedIn and things like that. And so to the social pages in the show notes, so that people can just click on it and head right on over and check out his work and his team's work. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters, we're a platform that's all about bringing on entrepreneurs, executives, and experts, and having them share their mission, why they do what they do, their purpose, how they're making a difference in the marketplace. If that's the type of content that sounds interesting or fun or engaging to you, we definitely welcome you. Hit that subscribe button, because we have many more mission-based individuals coming up on the line, and we don't want you to miss a thing. And Masador, really thrilled to work with you. Excited to get you published, and thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, and thank you all the audience, and have a good day. Thank you. And thanks, Adam.